What's up, everybody? It's Justin coming at you with another video tonight. So, first and foremost, I just wanted to say how disappointed I am with New Era this year, shipping in the spring training hats into Canada. There is no Arizona or Florida logo on the side, and they will not send them into Canada. I don't know why. They have just the AL East and the National League symbols on the side of the head, which are into the hat themselves. This is the Blue Jay spring training hat. It's not their color, but I do like the navy blue. Just to touch on that quickly. So, New Era, I'm very disappointed with you. So, anyways, folks, I just wanted to touch on some of the MLB odds for this year to win the World Series this year. So, I'm going to go through this really quickly, and I'm not going to touch on all the teams and all the odds, but I am going to touch on my favorites to win the World Series and the three teams that need to work on getting back up there from the bottom. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go with, what I mean is I'm going to tell you the three teams I think they're going to end up in the basement this year. So we're going to start with the Chicago Cubs, which are favored at 7.5 to 1 odds right now. So anyways, I do think the Cubs are going to go all the way this year. I'm not sure if they're actually going to win the National League pennant this year, but I think that they will win the World Series and break their 100-year drought. And it's going to be a huge party in Chicago when it's all said and done. Wait and see about this one. And that's just my personal opinion and feeling right now about the Chicago Cubs. Now, the San Francisco Giants are second at 10 to 1 odds. I don't know why they're in second place, but obviously there's some good talent there, and they've won 2 World Series in the past number of years, so we'll see what happens. So we're going to hold off on commenting anything about the San Francisco Giants right now. Tied in third, we got the Boston Red Sox and Toronto Blue Jays at 10.5 to 1 odds, basically 11 to 1 odds. And then I really don't think and for some reason the Mets are at 12 to 1 odds. Look, guys, I really do think the Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox are good contenders. However, both teams have lost something and need to gain something back. Toronto's lost a bunch of players, and they need to acquire some better pitching is their problem. It's always been their problem. Last year they got him because of their bats, and also because Josh Donaldson has breakout year last year. And by the way, Rogers, you guys need to pay him and Batista some really good money because you guys are going to lose the team that Impopoulos put together. And you guys need to realize something, that you guys are dogging them, and you guys are cheap asses. And that's just my opinion. And I'm pretty sure that's shared with a lot of other fans like myself. So if you guys are seeing this video, you guys really need to seriously pump out some money to these players and worry about the penalties later. Because if you want to be contenders, you got to spend the money. You can't be cheap asses. Boston needs to do themselves a favor, and they need to go out and get some equestriations. They're getting too old, and they're getting too sluggish. Now, with their manager having a scare with cancer last year, I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't make the postseason. And I also think that they're much better on paper than what these odds have posted, but they need to make a push. Um, Acquiring David Price is not the answer either. He's an overpaid player. He only plays when he wants to, and that's why he's been moving from team to team. Just remember that, people. I don't think he's going to do good in the postseason this year again, just like he didn't do good with the Jays, the Tigers, or Tampa Bay in previous years. And being the most overpaid baseball pitcher in history, I think that he's going to show it this year. Good luck getting rid of him. Now, I could see Kansas City being back in it because they have been there last year and won it all, obviously, against the Mets. I really don't understand why they're at 13 to 1 odds right now, but I guess it's because they've lost quite a few guys. But they've been doing really good in the preseason so far, so kudos to them. Going back down through the list, I'm going to take two teams I think that need to improve and that can make a push up in the odds a little bit better. So I'm going to take the LA Dodgers, and I'm also going to take the Miami Marlins, surprisingly. So the Dodgers are sitting at 16 to 1 odds, and I think that with a few equestriations and the right type of coaching, I think they can go pretty far. But they made a mess of their team last year, and it's probably going to take them a couple of years to get their stuff back together. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do make the postseason again this year, but I don't really think that they're actually going to take it all this year. I really think that they're going to take a World Series in the next couple of years. Mark my words. And I honestly think Jose Bautista is going to be part of it because if Ampopoulos is there, if you were him, I would bring down a couple former Jays into the club. And you know what? It wouldn't even surprise me if they really wanted to trade for Josh Donaldson. They would have to give up quite a package for him and maybe throw Batista into it. But I think that the Dodgers can do it in the next couple of years. Mark my words. Another team I think is going to be good, like I said, is Miami Marlins. With Don Mattingly now left the Dodgers and gone on to the Miami Marlins, I do think that they will have a chance eventually in the next number of years. It's going to be a process, but I think the Marlins will be back into it at some point in time in the future. They need to continue to build their drafts and just build their club up. And they got a good manager to give them a good start. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did try to make a run for it this year. But like I said, I don't really think right now they have enough. And the clean shave policy does not help your players. They're the second team to institute a clean shave policy. Just like the Yankees, I don't believe a clean shave policy does anything for your club. It's the players, the pitching, and the chemistry the players have behind each other that make the club. And you have to win games. That's what's important, not the way you look and not what's on your face or what's printed on your body. It's what you can do as a team because it's a team sport and teams win. And that's how you compete. Okay, so we're gonna go on and we're gonna choose my three bottom teams that end up in the basement and not get out this year, and they're gonna need years of work to get where they're going. So my number one pick, I'll take at 81 to 1 odds. I'm gonna take San Francisco Padres. What is the problem, Padres? You guys can never get your stuff together, and I have never seen you in the postseason in a very long time. Something's going on in San Diego, and that needs to be fixed. Obviously, it's management and maybe they need a new manager, but I think they just need a total overhaul, and they're going to be my third bottom pick this year. My second bottom pick is going to be the Colorado Rockies because what I think those guys need to do is they need to trade some more players, get some draft picks, and they need to continue to build is what they need to do, and they need to get rid of Jose Reyes because he's just a problem that you don't want to deal with. And my number one pick this year will be the Philadelphia Phillies because they just are the one of the worst teams I've ever seen. And I don't know what's going on in Philly with a lot of these Philadelphia teams, if you know what I mean this year. Sorry, 76ers, but you guys need to get your stuff together for next year. So the Phillies need a lot of work ahead of them, and I'm looking forward to seeing them rebuild and see what they got in the cupboard for the future. So they're going to be years away. Um, Going on to my last thing, I'm going to say, and if anybody asks me if the New York Yankees are going to make it into the postseason at all this year, I'm going to count them completely right out. And after this year, I see Joe Girardi stepping down as manager of the team, and I finally see Alexander Rodriguez retiring within the next year or so. And as for the Yankees, they're not going to be the same ball club they always have been. You guys cannot continuously buy players and override the salary cap like you guys always have done. To the teams that keep doing that, you need to build from the draft up and you need to build your players up and you need to build your pitching up as well. And that's how you win, and that's how you win games, and that's how you become a good ball club. You can't buy players, you can't buy talent because it just comes naturally because the chemistry of the team has to mix, and that's what's important. Anyways, folks, you guys have a good night. Those are my MLB 2016 odds, and I will be back later on in the season to give you an update on what I think. And for now, everyone, take it easy and have a good day. Bye for now.